Okay, so now that we've learned about vectors, what we're going to do is we're going to use a vector to write a translation rule. So the rules look kind of different than vectors. So I'm going to start by saying translate D using the vector. Translate D using the vector 4, -1. Okay, so let's interpret this. This 4 in the vector means that I am going, this is my x value, so I'm going to the right 4. And this -1 is my y value, which means that I'm going down 1. Okay. So let's draw our image after our pre-image. So we're going to go to the right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down 1, 1. So this should be D prime. Okay, so here's our vector that is 4, -1. Okay. Now, in order to write a translation rule, what you're going to do is we're going to write, if our original D coordinates were x, y, these are the original coordinates, we're translating them by taking the original x coordinate and adding 4, and then taking the original y coordinate and subtracting 1. Okay. So let's look at this. This is a translation rule. What are some things that you notice about the rule in relation to the vector? What are some similarities? What are some differences? Okay. When I look at those two things, what I notice is that, hey, this +4 comes directly from right here, this 4. And this -1 comes from this -1. So writing a rule is basically using the vector and adding it to my original coordinate. So I took the original coordinate pair and I added 4 to it and I subtracted 1. Now let's check. Our original coordinate pair was -4, 2. If I'm to use this rule, -4 plus 4 is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Is the coordinate pair of D prime 0, 1? 0, 1. It is. So I've written an accurate translation rule. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, this time we're translating G using 0, 5. So we're going to write our rule. We can use the same numbers from the vector to write our rule. So we know that we start with x, y, and we're going to translate it by doing x plus 0, because that's our x coordinate, comma, y plus 5. And I'm going to notice that both of them are positive because both of the numbers in my vector are positive. So let's use the vector and let's use our rule. So x plus 0, so I'm not going to the right anywhere, but I am adding 5. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this right here is G prime. That's a little bit squished together. I apologize. So my vector is here. Okay, so then if I'm to test it out, just like I did on the last one, I start with the original coordinates of G, which are 1, -4. Okay, and then I do x plus 0, so 1 plus 0 is 1, and then -4 plus 5 is +1. And I ended up at 1, 1, which is exactly G prime's coordinates. Okay, so that's how we write a translation rule.